Good morning, everyone. Namaste. I'm going to call on Archangel Michael to cleanse his space, to clear out all negative and lower vibrations, placing the white light of protection around us with his blue seal. As well as I'm going to call in God, Jesus Christ, as well as the Holy Ghost. Because we're going to be reading more out of my Course in Miracles, and we are still on Chapter 6, Attack and Fear, and it's the message of the Crucifixion. And it states, teach only love, for that is what you are. If you interpret the crucifixion in any other way, you are using it as a weapon for assault rather than as the call for peace for which it's intended. The apostles often misunderstood it, and always for the same reason that makes anyone misunderstand anything. Their own imperfect love made them vulnerable to the projection, and out of their own fear they spoke the wrath of God as his retaliatory weapon. Nor could they speak of the crucifixion entirely without anger, because their own sense of guilt that had made them angry. There are two glaring examples of upside-down thinking in the New Testament, whose whole gospel is only the message of love. These are not like the several slips into the impatience which I made. I had learned of the atonement prayer, which I also came to teach too well to engage in upside-down thinking myself. If the apostles had not felt guilty, they had never could have quoted me saying, this is Jesus talking, I come not to bring peace, but a sword. This is clearly the exact opposite of everything I taught. Nor could they have described my reaction to Judas as they did, if they really understood me. They would have realized I could have not said, betrayest thou son of man with a kiss, unless I believed in betrayal. The whole message of the crucifixion was simply that I did not. The punishment which I am said to have called forth Judas was similar reversal. Judas was my brother and son of God as much as part of the sonship as myself. Was it likely that I would condemn him when I was really ready to demonstrate condemnation is possible? I am very grateful to the apostles for their teachings and fully aware to the extent of their devotion to me. Nevertheless, as you're reading the teachings, remember that I told them myself that there was much they would understand later because they were not wholly ready to follow me at the time. I emphasize this only because I do not want you to allow any fear to enter into the thought system towards which I am guiding you. I do not call for martyrs, but for teachers. No one is punished for sins, and the Son of God are not sinners. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I understand what Jesus is talking about because I watched The Chosen One. Not that that is like 100% a prime example, but Jesus did get very frustrated with the apostles because they weren't seeming to get what he was trying to preach. And he even went to his mother, Mary, and to kind of like vent to her that they weren't understanding exactly. And you have to remember, they were the ones writing this stuff down. So they were coming from their space of where they understood it. Where Jesus was coming from a very fifth dimensional space. So it wasn't entirely 100%. So I hope that helps. I love you all. Namaste.